All right, y'all. Well, I do appreciate, we can start down. And I do appreciate very much y'all being here. It's so nice to have people to look at again. I love doing the videos, but there's just so much to be said for having people right in front of me where I can kind of feel like we're just a community, and it feels good. And thank y'all for coming. Let's all just first though take a minute to let yourself be present. Be here and know you've done the hardest part. You've carved out the time to go through your practice. While you are going through your practice, there will be times where your mind is going to go outside of this room, and all you want to do is just attach yourself back to your breath. Don't worry about what anyone else here is doing. Just attach yourself back to your breath, and then come back to your practice when your mind and body are both united. And find your sit bones, the ischial tuberosities, at the base of your pelvis, and make sure that they're grounding for you. Hands to your knees, heart lifted, shoulders slide down your back. A slight tucking at the chin, and press the crown of your head upward. Nice slow breath in through your nose. And audible exhale. Inhale. Inhale for length. Exhale. Turn to your right toward the windows. Chin going over your right shoulder. Left shoulder rolls 3 times. And inhale back to center. Exhale, rotating in the opposite direction, chin going over your left shoulder, right shoulder rolls. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spine presses to the back of the room. Pubic bone pulls to your navel. Sacrum presses toward the floor. Shoulders drop away from your ears. And inhale, navel pulls forward, chest lifts, chin lifts. And back to a nice, easy seated pose. Crossing your legs in the opposite direction. Let your fingertips come down to the ground. Slightly press into your fingertips to lift your chest. And then allow your left arm to come through the center line. Press into your right fingertips and open up your left side body. And pull your hand back over. Opposite direction. Pressing into your left fingertips, open up your right side body. And pull your arm up and over. Shoulders roll back and down. Exhale, spine presses to the back wall. Inhale, navel pulls forward, chest lifts, chin lifts. Come back to a nice, easy seated pose. With your chin parallel to the floor, turn your head to the right, and then a nice slow yawn. And turn your head to the left, nice slow yawn. And this helps to clear the auditory canal if you have any congestion going on. Back to center. Exhale, spine presses to the back of the room. Inhale, chest lifts, chin still parallel to the floor, and drop your right ear to your right shoulder, roll your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, and drop your left ear to your left shoulder, roll your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Both shoulders slide up behind your ears, pinch to the back of the room, and slide down your back. One more time. Up, pinch, and slide. Exhale, press your back to the back of the room. Inhale, back to center. Walking your hands out, come to all fours. And you want your hands shoulder width distance apart. That means you could fit a splayed hand between your two hands. Rock back and forth just a little bit to wake up your wrist. And then bring your weight back just a little bit closer to your heels, then so that your hips aren't directly over your knees. Invert one hand, bringing the wrist down to the ground, and then very slowly straighten that arm and wiggle your fingertips. And then change hands. Inverting, bringing the wrist down to the ground, straightening your arm and wiggling your fingertips. We're just waking up your wrists so that later on when we go from our child's pose to down dog, your wrist will be happy and ready for it. And now inhale to cow pose. Navel drops, sit bones sweep up the wall behind you, heart pulls forward, chin lifts, eyes cross, and a nice big yawn. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, compress your right side body, open up your left. Pull your left shoulder away from your left ear and slightly draw your right ear towards your right deltoid at your shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale and compress your left side body, open up your right. Pulling your right shoulder away from your right ear, pulling your left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale, cat. Inhale back to center, exhale, extended child's pose, knees together. Chin tucks, crown of your head pulls toward the front of the room. Shoulder blades walk down your back, heels pull toward one another so that you're stretching both sides of your ankles symmetrically. And walk your fingertips to your right. And then walk your fingertips to your left. Inhale back to center, knees come wide. Exhale, hips come over your heels. Slide your left forearm towards your navel and then press your left forearm into your mat to slide your left shoulder blade as far down your back as it'll go and slide your left arm under your right. Tucking your chin and letting your left temple come down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. 3 breaths here. Pressing into the triad of your right palm, slide your left arm all the way through. Pull your left fingertips as far away from your body as you can, then toward the ceiling, and then toward the back of the room, rotating your palm toward the ceiling, and sweep up and over. Pressing into the triads of your left palm. That's the part of your palm where the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb meet on the palm. You want to press into that part of the palm so you can use your tricep to pull the weight out of your wrist. Then slide your right elbow towards your navel. Press into your mat. Roll your right shoulder as far away from your right ear as possible. And then slide your right arm underneath your left. Tucking your chin and bringing that right temple down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. 3 breaths here. Pressing into the triads of your left arm, left palm. Slide your right arm all the way through, pulling it to the opposite wall, then to the ceiling, to the wall behind you. Rotate your palm to the ceiling and sweep that arm up and over. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. Nice yawn. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, compress your right side body, open up your left. Compress your left side body, open up your right. Bring your weight back just a little bit to pull it out of the heel of your hand, and then straighten your right leg back, pushing the heel away from you. And right knee comes back down, and left pushes back. And come back to tabletop. Walking your hands and feet together. Forward fold for ragdoll. Knees are bent. Feet are hips width distance apart. That means you could fit a generous fist to a fist and a half between your big toenails and 2 fists between your heels. Knees bend, lower abdomen draws in on the exhale. And fold down. Chin tucks, crown of your head just pulls to the floor. Now if you'd like, you could grab alternate elbows, or you can put your hands behind your knees, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Come back down to the floor, pedal your feet just a little bit to wake up your toenails. In other words, you're going to alternate lifting your heels with the kneecap facing the front of the room. And hands come to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose, coming all the way up. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Now press vigorously into your left foot and pull to the right. Inhale back to center. Press vigorously into your right foot and pull to the left. Inhale, Tadasana, big toes touch, big toenails touch. Heels 2 fingers apart. Hips pull back, knees pull forward for Utkatasana, chair pose. Then you want to come down a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, and then hands come to heart center and twist. Inhale back to center and twist. Inhale back to center, front of your mat, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, assisted plank. Come down on your knees and forearms, and you want your hips and shoulders the same distance from the floor. So if your fanny's up a little too high, bring it down. If it's almost to the ground, bring it up a little. And now to make sure that your elbows are shoulder width distance apart, you should be able to cup your right hand and grab your left bicep. And cup your left hand, grab your right bicep. That helps you to know that the elbows aren't too far apart, which puts too much pressure on the shoulder joint, or too close together, which pinches across your chest and you can't breathe deeply enough. Nice slow breath in here just to appreciate the fact that your body is working against gravity. You're using your abdominal muscles. You are using your triceps. You are working it. Now bring your right fist to your left elbow and inhale for right side plank. So you have a nice straight line from your right elbow to your right shoulder to your left shoulder to your left fingertips. And now turn your head towards your left thumb. Bring your left hand forward. Bring your left hand back up. Lift your left leg. Bring your left leg back down. Now, foot and hand at the same time. Hand comes forward, foot comes up. Hand goes up, foot goes down. Hand goes forward, foot comes up. Hand comes up, foot goes down. Back to your assisted plank. Now bring your left left fist to your right elbow, and inhale for left side assisted plank. Pinch your shoulder blades down your back. As you exhale, pull your pubic bone towards your navel and engage your lower abdomen so your lower back feels good. Now pull your right fingertips toward the front of the room and right fingertips back to the ceiling. Lift your right leg, bring your right leg back down. Now combine the two. Right fingertips to the front of the room, right heel presses to the back. And right arm up, right foot down, then right fingertips to the front of the room, right foot up, and right arm up, right foot down. Come back to your assisted plank, and then come all the way down onto your mat. I'm going to turn this opposite direction so it's easier to see my feet. Bring your arms to cactus arms. Tuck your chin and place your right temple on the mat. Bend your knees and point your toes to the ceiling, then point your toes to the floor. Point your toes to the ceiling, point your toes to the floor, and then relax your ankles. Drop both feet to your right. And your left hip's going to come up off of the ground just a little bit. That's okay. Now drop both feet in the opposite direction. Come back to center, tuck your chin, turn your head in the opposite direction, and bring your knees wide on your mat. Now roll your ankles, and roll your ankles in the opposite direction. Drop both feet to your right. Drop both feet to your left. Let your feet rest on one another, and then slide your hands down so that your thumb is equal to the fold of your underarms. Now push your elbows toward one another, and then push your elbows towards your heels. Feel your collarbones open when you do that. And on your next exhale, press back into wide knee child's pose. Ha. Hold for 3 breaths. Really focus on drawing in and up your lower abdomen so your lower back relaxes as much as possible. Inhale to tabletop, bringing your knees together. Exhale, press back into extended child's pose. Pedal your hands just a little bit to activate the triads of your palm so that you can press into the triad of your palm, the part of your palm where the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb meet on the palm. Now use your tricep muscle, the muscle that goes from the pointy part of your elbow to your underarm. Use that tricep muscle to pull the weight out of your wrist, curl your toes, and exhale, down dog. Now while you're in down dog, the crown of your head is pulling to a drishti, an imaginary dot between your thumbs. Your shoulder blades are sliding down your back and pinching together. Pedal your feet just a little bit to wake up your calves. And then on your next exhale, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands and ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, pull to the right, pressing into your left foot. Pull to the right, pressing into your left foot. Inhale, back to center, pull in the opposite direction. Inhale, back to center, chair pose. Bring your hips down, bring your hips down, bring your hips down. Hands come to heart center and twist. Come back to center and twist. Come back to center, front of your mat, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees come down, and then as you bend your elbows, let your elbows brush your sides and chaturanga forward, bringing your heart in front of your hands. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, extended child's pose. Curl your toes, pedal your hands just a little bit, and then exhale, down dog. Feet are hips width distance apart, all 10 toes point to the front of the room. Your middle finger points to the front of the room. Fingers are spread. Pull the weight out of the heel of your hand by using your triceps. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, open up your hips. Right heel presses to the back of the room, right foot comes down. Left heel presses to the back of the room. Bend your left knee, open up your hips. Left heel presses to the back of the room, left foot matches right. Knees come down, extended child's pose. Curl your toes, walk your hands and feet together for ragdoll. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana. And pull. And center. And pull. And center. And Utkatasana, hands to heart center. And twist. And center. And twist. And center. Come to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high plank. Now you can bring your knees down for your chaturanga, or you can chaturanga by simply pulling your chest forward and down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Elbows pull towards your sides. Curl your toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, open up your hips. Come back to center, press your right heel to the back of the room, let your right foot match your left. Inhale, left heel presses to the back of the room. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, open up your hips. Left heel presses to the back of the room. Left foot matches right. Bring your knees down, press back into extended child's pose for 3 breaths. Pressing into the triads of your hand, pull the weight out of your wrist. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. We're going to change it up a little bit this time. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. This time, bring your right big toe down onto your mat and drag your right foot to your right hand. Drop your left heel. So right now, your right middle toe is pointing to 12 o'clock if it were on the face of the clock. Your left middle toe is pointing to 10 o'clock if it were on the face of the clock. Your left foot is closer to the left side of your mat. Your right foot is closer to the right. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pushes back. Both hands come to your right knee and bring yourself up. Interlace your fingers behind your back and press your knuckles to the ground. Then pull your arms back a little further to really open up your chest and open up your palms towards your tailbone. Let your fingers unlace Hands brush your sides as you bring your arms overhead for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you're facing toward your right knee. Shoulders are down. Chin is slightly tucked, crown of your head presses to the ceiling. Inhale, open your chest a little more. Come back to your starting pose. Toe heel your front right foot. One toe heel closer to the left side of your mat. Slide your left pinky toe back so that the outer blade of your back left foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And pull your right arm forward, left arm back. Yes! Feel the power in your arms right now. Feel the power coming from your lower abdomen as you exhale and pull up on your lower abdomen so that you pull up the pubic bone toward the navel and let your sacrum tuck so the tailbone slightly pulls up so that it slightly pulls forward. Rotate your front right hand and exalt your warrior. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Oh, your right side body is just opening up as your left side body compresses. Feel those intercostal muscles working, working, working. And then right forearm comes to right thigh, left fingertips come to the ceiling. And pull your left fingertips so that you make a beautiful long straight line from the outer blade of your back foot all the way to the tip of your fingers. And inhale, exalt your warrior. Exhale, frame your front foot. Bring down your left knee, bring back your right, and go into extended child's pose for 3 breaths. Y'all are doing beautifully. I know it's been a while that not everyone's been on the mat, and y'all are doing beautifully. Curl your toes and press back into down dog. Pulling your weight out of your wrist, sliding your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, left heel kicks to the back of the room. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left heel kicks to the back of the room. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left heel kicks to the back of the room. Bring your left toe down onto the mat and slide your left foot to your left hand. Left middle toe pointing to 12 o'clock. Right heel drops, right middle toe pointing to 2 o'clock. Right hip pulls forward, both hands come to your left thigh. Inhale, come up. Left knee is directly over your left ankle. Shoulders are blocked to the front of the room. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your knuckles toward the floor. Pull them a little closer to the back of the room. Open up your palms towards your tailbone. Unlace your fingers. Let your hands brush across your hips as you bring them through the center line for Warrior 1. Nice slow breaths here. Just enjoy where you are. Let yourself really feel the pose. Engage your lower abdomen. Feel how when you engage your lower abdomen, it relaxes your lower back. Relax your tongue. If your tongue's trying to press into the top of your mouth, let your tongue relax, let your face relax. And now we'll transition into Warrior 2. So toe heel, your front left foot. One toe heel closer to the right side of your mat and slide your right pinky toe back so that the back blade of your foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Now your hips are going to be facing the window wall. Pull your left fingertips forward, right fingertips back, and push those shoulder blades down your back. Press into your feet. Use your whole foot. Use your heel. Use your toe mount. Spread your toes out and use your toes. Now engage your inner thighs so that your arches lift a little bit. Rotate your front palm and inhale to exalt. Really stretch it open. Exhale, reverse. And then slightly pull your right fingertips toward the front of the room so that you really stretch open your right side body. And then inhale, exalt. And on your exhale, frame down. Drop your right knee, bring back your left, and go into child's pose for 3 healing breaths. Curl your toes. Walk your hands and feet together for ragdoll. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Slightly bend your knees. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, pull. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull. Inhale, center. Chair pose. Hands come to heart center and twist. Come back to center and twist. Come back to center. Hands come to your hips and stand. Now, our next pose that we're going to do is a balanced pose. And for this pose, you'll want to find a drishti, a spot to focus on. If you pick a spot on the floor, you want it to be at least as far away from you as your height. That will keep your chin, so you can keep your chin parallel to the floor, and that way the balance in your ears will keep the optic nerve parallel to the floor, and that's going to keep the balance in your ears where you can just focus on the balancing in your body and not in your head. Roll your shoulders back and down. Press vigorously into your right foot. And then slowly bring your left foot to the inside of either the calf or the thigh, whichever you're more comfortable with. Just you don't want it on your knee. You want to make sure that you're putting the bottom of your foot to bone. Make sure you find your drishti. Once you feel that you have your balance, make sure to wiggle out your toes a little. Extra pressure of the stabilizing shin pushing into your foot that is upon it, and the foot pressing into the shin. Then you can grow your tree however you like and hold for 3 breaths. And hands come to heart center, knees bend, make your body into a little egg. Really draw in your lower abdomen and relax your lower back. Relax your tongue. Take a few healing breaths. On your next exhale, lift your hips and forward fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Knees slightly bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, pull. Inhale, center and pull. Center and chair pose. Hands come to heart center. Twist and twist. Come back to center. Hands come to your hips. Press into your feet. Stabilize through your left foot and place your right foot on the left leg for tree pose. Find your drishti, find your balance, and then grow your tree however you'd like to grow it. You can even let your arms wave a little bit, whatever just feels like a good, purposeful stretch to you. One more full breath here. And hands come back to heart center. Come all the way back down into your little egg. And then bring your tailbone down, soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. A little bit of rubbing on your knees. They went through some work there. We want to make sure that we get the knees feeling good. And then squeeze your way down your shin. Squeeze around your ankles. They've been working hard too. And then most importantly, little squeezes all up and down the arch of your foot. When we do balance poses, we put a lot of extra work on the arch of our feet, and we need to also remember to engage the lower abdomen because that helps to keep your balance without putting the work into the lower back. Pull your heart forward, exhale, hinge forward. Pull your heart forward, exhale, hinge down a little further, and then release into it. 3 breaths here, y'all. And inhale, roll back up again. Take your left hand, grab your left shin, bring the leg back for deer pose. And a little twist. Chest lifts. Chin comes over. Your right shoulder, left shoulder rolls back and down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Inhale back to center. Back to Baddha Konasana. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cascade forward and hold for 3 breaths. Remember, each exhale gives you the opportunity to pull in your lower abdomen and relax your lower back. Inhale, slowly roll back up again. And take your right hand to your right shin, bringing that leg back. And slow twist away from the leg you just took back. Chin comes over your left shoulder, right shoulder drops down your back to really help open up the collarbones. And twist in the opposite direction. Come back to center. Feet come back into bound ankle pose. Come all the way down on your back for Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining cobblers pose. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Palms face the ceiling. Chin slightly tucks. Crown of your head presses toward the wall behind you. Nice slow breaths just to let your body sink into this asana. Arms come out either to a T or cactus arms, whichever you're more comfortable with. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Soles of your feet come onto the mat and drop both knees to your right, turning your head to your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop both knees to your left, turning your head to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Press into the sole of your right foot and place your left ankle on your right thigh for reverse pigeon or figure 4 stretch. Place your right hand firmly on your right hip, left hand gently on your left inner thigh to coax that thigh forward. And just nice slow breaths here. And cross your left leg all the way over your right. Exhale, pull your knees into your chest, holding them with both of your hands to really get them in as close to you as you can. And then take your right hand, grabbing your left knee, and help to guide your crossed legs toward the floor as you stabilize, pulling your left arm away from you. Turning your head to the left. Exhaling to draw in your lower abdomen and let the twist settle in your lower back. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs. Bring both of your arms out and draw circles on the ceiling with your knees as big as you can make them so that you really help to stimulate all of the tissue around your sacrum. And then make circles in the opposite direction. Sole of your left foot comes firmly down onto the mat. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. Left hand stabilizes left hip. Right hand gently coax the right thigh forward so that you can get a nice deep stretch here in your figure 4 or reverse pigeon pose. Crossing your right leg all the way over your left. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your chin, press the crown of your head away from you. Pull your knees into your chest using both hands so that you can exhale and really draw in your lower abdomen and release the tension from your lower back. Now use your left hand on your knees, right arm out for balance, and drop both knees toward the opposite wall from your first twist. Turning your head away from your dropped knees. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross your legs. Place the soles of your feet on your mat, hips width distance apart. Walk your shoulder blades down your back, and then inhale into bridge pose, pushing your hips toward the ceiling, getting your shoulder blades as far down your back as you can, tucking your chin and pressing the crown of your head away from you. Interlace your fingers beneath your tailbone and walk your shoulder blades even closer to each other, pressing your hips up a little bit higher. Unlace your fingers. Let your arms come to your side, shoulder blades flatten down onto the mat. Now use all the patience that you can to come down as slowly as possible, letting your sacrum hover above your mat. Now with your sacrum still hovering above your mat, toe heel your feet, one toe heel further away from each other. Rest your knees on each other. Relax your glutes and then float your sacrum down. Ah, that feels so good. Draw your knees into your chest and gently rock from left to right, right to left. Soles of your feet come back down onto the mat. We're preparing for waterfall pose. So if you know you like to make a little nest out of your hands underneath your sacrum, put your hands underneath your hips, palms down, pointer finger touches pointer finger, thumb touches thumb, sacrum rests in that little niche that you've made. Exhale, draw your knees towards your chest. Inhale, heels press to the ceiling. Hold for the exhale. And then inhale, point your toes to the ceiling. Exhale, pull your toes to your shin. And then relax your legs. Find that sweet spot where you're using as little muscle as possible to create your waterfall pose. And just breathe into it. Exhale, knees come into your chest. Soles of your feet come down onto the mat so you can move your hands if you have a nest going. And then just let the knees windshield wiper back and forth. Press your heels away from you, straightening your legs. Sweep your arms up overhead. And then pull your feet and hands to the right, making a banana shape or a C shape with your body. And then pull to the left. Pull back to the right. Pull back to the left. Come back so that you're practically in Tadasana pose, but on your back, and then sweep your arms down to the side, palms up. Now we are preparing our bodies for Shavasana. If you know that you would prefer to have the soles of your feet on the mat, feet wide, knees resting on one another, to take the pressure out of your lower back, feel free to set your lower body up like that. Otherwise, you can go into standard Shavasana or corpse's pose, which is flat on your back with your shoulder blades as far integrated down your thoracic spine as possible. Collarbones open, chin slightly tucked, crown of your head presses away from you. And then begin to surrender your body to gravity, lying flat on your back, releasing the tension from your body. Allow your eyes to shut and soften. Allow your tongue to relax and your jaw to soften. And then begin the journey of releasing your body. Relax from the crown of your head down to your ears, releasing any tension that you may be carrying around your ears, relaxing your temples, releasing tension from your jaw and tongue. Relaxing from your jaws down to the top of your shoulders. Releasing from your shoulders into your upper arms. Relaxing your biceps and triceps. Releasing your forearms. Relaxing your wrists and thumbs. Releasing tension from your palms, the full length of your fingers, and out the tips of your fingers. Allow your mind's eye to come back to the crown of your head. Release from the crown of your head, down the back of your head to the base of your skull. Relax down your cervical vertebra and into your shoulder blades. Releasing your upper back, mid back, and lower back. Relax from the top of your sacrum to the tip of your tailbone. Release any tension that you may be carrying in your glutes. Begin to relax down the back of your legs, relaxing your hamstrings, the fold of your knee, releasing tension from your calf all the way down to your heels, the outer blade of your foot, the arch of your foot, your toe mounds, and the full length of your toes. Allow your mind's eye to come back to the crown of your head. Take a clearing breath. Release tension from the crown of your head, surrendering your body to gravity. Relax any tension that you may be carrying in your hairline and temples. Relax across the forehead and your brow line. Release any tension that you may be carrying in your eyelids, around your eyes themselves. Let your eyes release and relax. Relax down the bridge of your nose and across your lips. Release tension from your tongue and throat. Relax your jaw and chin, down the front of your neck and into your collarbones. Take a nice slow breath. Surrender your body to gravity. Relax across your sternum and rib cage. Release tension from your upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen. Relax from your hips down into your thighs, releasing tension from your quadriceps, your inner and outer thighs, and the full circumference of your knees. Release down your shins, across the top of your feet, in between your toes, the full length of your toes, and out the tips of your toes. Allow your entire body to surrender to gravity, surrender to Shavasana. Nice slow breaths here. Begin to slowly move your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, windshield wipering your feet back and forth. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat and very slowly windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Tuck your chin, and as you drop your knees to the right, turn your head to the left. As you drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Tuck your chin again, draw your knees in towards your chest, and gently rock back and forth until you can create enough momentum to roll onto your side in the fetal position with your lower biceps as a cushion underneath your temple. Let your top hand rest in front of you to help keep yourself balanced. And then use your top hand to help turn yourself so that you can come onto all fours in tabletop position. Inhale to cow. And yawn. Inhale to tabletop. Compress your right side body, open up your left. Compress your left side body, open up your right. Inhale to center, exhale, cat. Curl your toes, walk your hands and feet together, and come back into ragdoll. Really draw in your lower abdomen, pressing your heart towards your thighs. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold, knees slightly bent. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, pull. And center, and pull. Center, hands come to heart center. Peace be with you. Namaste. Thank you all for joining. This was such a pleasure.